Hi guys, Demonic Angel. Still enjoying some tarot with you guys on this almost full moon. I like to start off the week oftentimes with tarot, just get back into a mode of that after maybe like a few days with my family, because that just kind of makes sense. It's like a very familiar, nice thing, and it's a nice way to get back into it. So tonight is the Queen of Wands, and I really am getting close to being done with doing each individual card, slowly but surely. Now, it's funny because I have said to you guys that I feel like I'm kind of more the Queen of Cups. You know, if I had to pick like a tarot card to represent myself, but I really, as I evolve in my tarot, I kind of almost like to think of myself as this lady, this rockin' chick, and, fancy myself as her. I'll tell you why. She is pretty much a lot of things I admire and or want to emulate. She has above her throne, the two lions facing each other, which of course reminds me of President Marbus and makes me happy. But also, there's two lions and they're facing outwards. So, on her throne. And they're in gold, symbolizing, abundant materialism, status, success, also like arcane wisdom and things like that. The two lions that are red, so she is, with the wands, it's fire, and the queens are water. So it's fire and water, and it's very, it's very unique. It's a very unique combination. The lions inward kind of symbolize passion, sexuality, creativity, things like that are, pleasurable. And then, on that, the outside lions kind of also represent that part of her pleasure is helping others, being tied to the community, having a passion for things in a sort of philanthropic way. So, you ask yourself, if you were rich, if you were a queen, would you still engage the community? Would you do something to, would you find something, a cause you'd be so passionate about that you would, devote your time and money to? And I like to think so. It's kind of like the desert behind her. So, we can't really tell too much, but it's just stone and desert. So this lady is so creative, she just sort of appears out of dead earth. What you think of as dead earth is still not completely dead. In fact, some of the dead places on earth are really portals and vortexes, and some of the most fertile, creative things, and gods and demons and reptilian people and aliens. They all come out of portals. So we have a very unique person here. And lots of portals in the desert. So on her wand, we've got the little sprouts. That kind of goes back to fertility, really going along with this whole story. Okay, she has a sexual, fiery passion for life that, does turn into probably, we're looking at children. But we also talk about the tarot in terms of the fertility of one's mind. I mean, you could not have kids, and you could be, if you were a philanthropist like this, you're technically everyone's mother that you help. You know what I mean? There's so much richness, and there's so many different ways this manifests. So don't limit yourself to just thinking in terms of fertility and sexuality. While they are basic ideas, there's more to it than that. So that also is like the sunflower here. I think the only other card is the sun that has the sunflower. So this represents like this ego, right? Actually, with this woman. So, sunflowers, they turn towards the sun. They're just very almost loud in their color personality and how big they are. They're really beautiful, and they kind of scream, hey, look at me, I'm a sunflower, right? Everybody loves sunflowers, probably even vampires, probably even gothic people. Sunflowers, they're hard to hate. Well, that's because she has found her own way to grow in her own light, and she knows who she is and what she thinks. That's kind of this air element to it fire, or her fire element to it, that she gets super passionate about stuff. She had a hard time in life, though, so that's kind of the little ending of our story. So she's kind of got the cat here, her little familiar. Everybody loves the little familiar. Reminds me of Hocus Pocus. I need to rewatch that movie. I think it came out in 1993. I think I watched it when I was really little, but I watched it again, later. So the cat, the little familiar, is actually like her shadow aspect. It can, later on really represent an actual familiar through an experienced witch. But no matter, if you have a familiar, part of that familiar is your, the shadow work you've done, the darkness, the hard times, your pain, and you channel that energy into messengers and spirit guides. So that takes a level of acknowledging pain in a way where you take personal responsibility. Pain is not meaningless. Pain is a call to be accountable for what is your fault in your life, what needs to be changed. It is there to awaken. Just in that adversarial spirit we talk about, that the question everything spirit is really, it leads you to profound spiritual places, because they're actually really hard to get to, because it's very hard to take a personal responsibility, and it really is. I mean, we as people will shop to death, eat to death, any kind of bizarre things. People self-harm, your standard drugs, just so that we don't have to face ourselves as people. And we'll do that. I mean, and the only way you stop is when you say, okay, what part of this is my fault? Where the personal accountability, what will I change to now be accountable for my life? It's like when you become the Queen of Wands, life starts happening for you, not just to you. And then you really learn, another aspect of this is that the cat, a lot of people think of cats with witchcraft, so the queen is kind of aware of this idea, and she knows some people shun it, find it evil, but she doesn't really care what society thinks. She is saying that, here I am, these are my ideas, and I'm a leader, and I know what I want, and you can come and judge me and my cat, and it's okay. I can take the judgment because, I've got, the sun, some sunshine in my pocket, a little bit of, the sun is the profound ego realized. So it's really like, through all this crafting of who she is, she can pick people out, though. She has this real knack for being a leader, so that's the joke about me. Or maybe not, it's not a joke. I do want to be a spiritual leader, and I hope I give good advice. I hope I help people in some ways, and that's what I really want. I mean, if nothing else, I want to be an intellectual leader, spiritual. But she really is good at seeing. I guess the point would be like, if I meet another sorcerer that let's say they struggled with depression. I know who I want to, gravitate towards, because I really will feel like they resonate with me, and they can take that pain that they've been through and use it to heal people. So I like to be friends with those people to try to help them develop their psychic abilities, empath abilities. And so but I know who I need to help. And some people do reach out to me, but other times I reach out to people. And I know how to help take that personal pain and say, okay, you've had this personal pain, and we'll look at things like that. We can do readings, and then kind of, maybe help a person try to make some changes in their life. And I really feel like that's a big part of what I want to do here as Demonic Angel, is be the Queen of Wands and inspire people, have a brotherhood and sisterhood with people. You guys are honestly amazing, and I'm lucky to have y'all. So that really is my